And opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome, live from the AMP Media Studios in Boca Raton, Florida. Hosts Don and Freddie S. Take it up a notch to make your evening a bit spicier. More laughs and just some added evening fun. It's the Brooklyn Cafe Show After Hours, coming to your radio waves on True Oldies VCMG Live. If you want to join us on the show or to share a thought or idea, give us a call at 866-224-5422. Hey, and win tickets to a live broadcast of the show.
And welcome to Cafe After Hours. We haven't done this in over a year.
I know.
At this time.
It's pretty exciting, though. It's nice to be back doing it after hours.
It's very cool.
It's a little more mellow than we've been. I think we've had today's been a party in the studio since 8:30 this morning.
I know,
we've had
nonstop.
food. We've had so much food in the studio from this amazing bakery. I'm going to say it wrong, so you try it.
Go ahead.
Abrazo fuerte.
El brazo.
Thank you. My tongue doesn't do that.
The
at
Strong
after hours.
Arm Bakery.
And they're located in Coral Gables, and they have been absolutely incredibly giving, and they are growing their distribution right here, hopefully in Palm Beach County. A couple coffee shops here in the studio. They brought in food last night that was gone by the time she brought in lunch for this morning.
I know.
Christina, she goes down to Coral Gables to the bakery, gets everything made, prepared fresh, comes back up here and delivers it to the crew. There's been a line at that table it's like the commissary table.
The commissary.
We've got a table of a commissary.
And you know where I put this strategy? I strategize and put this right by the food. And everybody is joining.
And
we've
got
You're
some
gonna have
great
to
guests.
come now.
I'm going to be there. We've got some great guests. So we've had food from the bakery, but tomorrow, before we get into the Jeep event, tomorrow we're going to be live at Ford's Garage. So if anyone's been there, knows it, hasn't been there, and wants to know it, it's down in Plantation Walk, which is on University Drive and Broward Boulevard in Plantation. It's an incredible restaurant, but it's a networking event. Full Circle Networking is going to be there. We are actually the sponsors, AMP2 Media Production, the sponsors this month, so we get to present a little bit about what we do for a short time, but then we're going to go live, stream from there, do some interviews, spotlight businesses. If you were looking to do some networking or to get involved in the community, come on down, join us for lunch. Proceeds go back to your lunch and then a charity. Every month there is a charitable organization, and this month they're raising funds for Easter baskets for children in foster care for Broward and Miami-Dade County. And they're not just giving the money to the organization, they're actually making individualized Easter baskets for every age of every child that they're giving back to. So come check that out. You can find it on Facebook at Full Circle Networking, or just come on down to Ford's Garage. The event starts at 11:30 tomorrow morning. We're going to be there probably by 10, setting up. Some of our crew is going to be there. Spotlight some of the things that we get to do. Awesome.
Freddie called me, he's going to go.
And it's a nice concept because there's not just one of anything. There can be 10 realtors, there can be 20 Mary Kay, whatever it is. The message is it's all about giving back, and that's what I love.
It's a good cause, and the place is unbelievable.
The restaurant's pretty cool.
Yeah, you go to the bathroom.
I couldn't figure out the sink for the first few minutes.
Well, I urinated into a tire.
It's a tire, and then the spout is the gas nozzle.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And the urinals on the wall, like for your car, where you put the gasoline in. It's just nuts. You got to come down. The place is crazy.
But I guess that's a good segue to what we're going to talk about. So tomorrow's Ford's Garage. March, we're going to be at Island Off-Road Jeep Music Festival, and we're really, really excited. We've got Rachael Morgan and Jon Poole, the co-founders of this amazing event, located, I love the name of it.
What? You love the name of what?
Of where it's located.
Where's it
So I'm going to bring them over. We're going to introduce the whole
Why are you
plant
looking at me
bamboo.
that way?
Plant bamboo. Sounds like it's like
Why
an
are you looking at
outside
me that way?
kind of zen garden experience, or I can meditate, right? Plant bamboo with bamboo trees, but yet, no.
No.
It's a totally different feel.
Yes.
But there is bamboo trees.
But there are bamboo trees.
Yes, there's lots of bamboo on the property.
So I'm thinking, there's going to be namaste, we're going to relax, and everyone says, what do you know about plant bamboo? But when you tell people who are in the know, The thought of Freddie and I knowing anything about it.
I know
even
about bamboo.
Our crew.
I
One
know
of our
about
crew
bamboo.
members, right?
No, I know about bamboo. In Puerto Rico, we have bamboo. Serious. I do know. I wouldn't mess with bamboo. But this is good. Why'd you look at me that way? I feel like.
I thought maybe you knew the name of it. I was
Oh, is that what it
I was
was?
giving you an in.
It's on the card right here.
So welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
This is such an incredible event. We were sharing it with our show today, and what they love the most is that your co-founders, that you are a female.
Yes, I am female. Yes, I am. There's not many of us that are female in the car world that are doing this huge, event in South Florida. So it is a little bit of a challenge, but I did grow up in the car world because of my dad. And so, I had this vision when I bought my Jeep, and I was curious as to why nobody had done an off-road event in South Florida. We have beautiful weather here. There's a million Jeeps all over the place. They always have their tops off. And I just, said, this is something that we should really try and do. There's tons of Jeep events in other portions of the state of Florida and other states. And I just said, why are we not doing this here? So I said, let's take the plunge, and we're now in our 5th year.
It's funny because Chacon, when she did her show today, she says to me, do you know what you're getting yourself into? So I said, I'm sorry, what are you talking about? She says, this is serious. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm not serious. I'm going to get in your car and have fun. She says, no, this is 3 days, and I'm going to be there all 3 days. She was so into this thing. Everybody I talked to today wants to be into. I don't know, people love this kind of off-road stuff that much.
Yeah, the Jeep community has really grown in the past years. It's, it's almost like a cult. You got people love their Jeeps. They love off-roading. It's the most modifiable vehicle you could buy. There's so much you could do to them. Lift them, winches, bumpers.
Accessories,
Any
colors.
kind of accessories.
But I get this. I'm talking to a guy. I get it.
Yep.
Today I only spoke to like 7 women.
Yes.
And they're
Yes.
more into it than any of the guys.
They are.
There's a big female
There is.
following in Jeeps.
And it's amazing because, I am friends with a lot of the other event owners and promoters of these Jeeping events throughout the state and other states too. And we look at our statistics. It's one of the things that we're always very curious about. And the amount of women that buy our tickets is much higher than men.
Really?
And the age bracket is much older too.
Really?
And it blows me away, yes.
What's older? What's your age
Well,
bracket?
between 35 and 50. That's and you think that, and they modify their Jeeps. Like they get on a trail for the first time and they I want 35s, 35-inch tires, and I want a lift kit. I want to lift it 3 to 4 inches higher. And it's like, whoa, okay, all right. And you would never in a million years think that. And then you see them jumping in their Jeep with their high heels after work, and it's like, that is awesome.
Tell us the mission, but it's not just going out and having a good time. You really support the community.
We do. That's one of the most important parts about our event is taking care of our not-for-profits, supporting the community. We work with all of our first responders, our fallen police officers and their families, our fallen firefighters and their families. We help our veterans that suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, traumatic brain injuries. We also help our children, foster care system, our food pantries. We really have our hands in so many different things. So it's very, very important to us. We have our not-for-profits come to the event, talk about their not-for-profits, what we do to help them. And it's not just about the event, but the things that we also do afterwards.
Yeah,
So,
like last year after the event, we live down here in Boca, but we do our event in Okeechobee. So we like to help out that community. We did a backpack run with one of the Jeep clubs up north and
For foster care.
for the foster care system out there in Okeechobee. I
Had
think
that.
we collected
70, we had
over
70
70 backpacks full of supplies,
Yes.
all kinds of stuff.
Sneakers, backpacks, you name it. It was all for the foster care kids of Okeechobee Village.
How many kids? How many people do you expect?
For our event,
For your event.
last year we had over 1,000 Jeeps, and right now with the way ticket sales are going, we'll probably double it.
And Plant
Hopefully.
Bamboo is
Hopefully.
a huge. They've got some B-roll that are showing up there.
Yes, that's so that picture there. So if you want it, this is an example of one of our not-for-profits. So the bottom flag is Old Blue. That's our thin blue line flag that our friend Travis travels around the state for. That flag actually hangs at a lot of the different memorial services for the officers that are killed on the line of duty in the state of Florida. You probably most recently saw it for the memorial service in November for our 3 officers, our motorcycle officers that passed away. So we had the honor of hanging it for their service. We just got word that it was one of my missions to do. We also honor our fallen firefighters. So in March next month, instead of it being the American flag and thin blue line flag that you see, we will have the red line flag and thin blue line flag. And the red line flag actually represents our fallen firefighters. So that flag will also be traveling all over the place.
It was Rachel's goal to have that flag made after our event, but somebody stepped up and generously donated $3,000 to have it made.
Yes.
And we just got word like 2 nights ago.
Yeah, as a surprise for me and
Congratulations.
him and his mother. They don't want me to announce their names yet, but they donated the money and they saw that I was hustling and they're like, stop what you're doing. The flag is already done. And I'm like,
wow.
wait, what? And so now, because, you know, and we do a night ride. So like that picture that you saw at night through the trails of the event, we actually, it's Friday and Saturday night, the night ride. We have donated fire hoses that are given to us, and we wrap it in red rope lighting, and then we have retired firefighter gear.
For the entrance into
for
the
the
trails.
entrance, and that is in honor of our fallen firefighters. So now that we have the flag, that just makes it even more amazing. So those are just like some of the things that we do, and we invite those families out so that they can check out the event and have fun. It's at no cost to them to come out to the event. But it's 600 acres of property. So it is a big piece of property. We rebuild the inside of their trails for them with an off-road community called Florida Trail Stompers. So if anybody's interested in joining them, it's not just a Jeep community, it's an off-road community. Off-road vehicles are invited to our event other than just Jeeps. So if they drive a Tacoma or a Bronco or whatever the case may be, they are allowed to come to the event. Then we have a $10,000 obstacle course that we built, and that's insane. You get to see them driving over tires and concrete culverts, and it's just crazy. And then there are the mud pits. And so some of the mud pits are crazy. We don't suggest going in them. Yes, there are the mud pits.
There is a mud pit.
One of them.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I can't.
Look, Dawn, that's you. That's you in the back of that mud pit. Come on, Dawn, push the car.
Yes.
Wow.
And believe it or not, you know, people at first are very hesitant, and then they get in there and you should see the looks on their faces. They're having so much fun. We have 67 staff and volunteers that help us with our event, and a lot of them are professional in doing rescues and everything.
And recovery.
So we can help
firemen
everybody.
and police officers.
We have a lot of retired, police and fire veterans that help out with our event, and they're all have taken the classes. We offer classes too at our event. So if you're a beginner off-roader, if you've never, engaged in four-wheel drive in your vehicle before, so those are just, and it's just so much fun. It's a blast. And then we have live music at night. We have bonfires that are controlled by the fire department. And then it's just one big party for everybody to have fun. We have a kids area for the kids. They do, instead of a Easter egg hunt, because it's close to Easter, we do a rubber ducky hunt so that they can have fun with that. So we do a lot of different things. That's Jeremy Rowe that you guys see up there. He's one of our artists who's the Jeep guy artist. He does a bunch of Jeep songs. The girls go crazy for him.
Yeah, you've got music coming from our local community and abroad, right?
We do.
Tennessee and
Yes.
locally.
So we've got Austin James, who comes from Naples, Florida. He's absolutely amazing. We have Jacob Ferris that's going to come in and surprise us. He lives in Okeechobee as well. And then we have Aiden, who's also coming in with Austin from Naples too. So, and then we usually have a couple more surprises that pop in too. We're working on the schedule right now, but we've got some more surprises coming.
What was the impetus to start this event? Because you're newly married and you've been doing this for most of your married life together.
Yes.
Is this where the romance is?
No.
In the mud pit?
No,
Cool.
absolutely not. No. We have a very special relationship. We're husband and wife. We're best friends, and we are business partners. When we're doing the event, we are business partners, and when the event is over, we go back to being husband and wife. There is a lot of stress to it. He's the muscle. He is the organizer of getting everything set in place and everything. I'm the the person that gets everything set up. I'm the spreadsheets. I'm the, shaking hands, kissing babies person of
Talking
the
to the
event.
sponsors, the vendors.
Yep, talking to sponsors
He's
and
the
vendors.
muscle, you're the hustle.
Yes,
that's it.
pretty
Okay.
much. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the biggest thing for me too was also for South Florida, just showing families that there was another part of South Florida that you could enjoy and have fun with your kids. And, seeing these first-time Jeepers out on the trails, it was the best part of my experience last year, because I snuck back there with my bodyguard, who I had with me at the event, and they had their windows rolled down, and they were on very easy trails. And I'm used to very extreme stuff, and they were like, "This is the best ever," and I'm like, "Yes." And that's what I wanted to see. I wanted them to experience something different, and to be able to show that at all ages, by the way. I mean, we had people that were just so confused, and they were like, "What's four-wheel drive?" And we were teaching them, and they were terrified. They see the entrance of woods, and they're like, "Oh my God, you're making me go in there." But once we got them in there, they're like, "Let's do it again." And that's a big part of why we like doing the event as well. It's amazing seeing the look on their faces.
And it's family friendly, which is
Yes.
really nice. And you make it you're really specific about making sure that it's okay for kids to be there.
Yes.
And what you don't allow that makes it unfamily friendly.
So yes, like you were saying before, I'm sure you had heard, and not that there are other events that do happen at Plant Bamboo. One was just this past weekend, and they are not so family friendly. So sometimes it is a little bit of a marketing challenge for us, because they hear Plant Bamboo and they're like, "Oh, that is not where we want to take our kids." And we just rent the property. That's it. Just like other event owners and promoters do. They have their type of an event. We have ours. Ours is a very family friendly event. We don't allow certain things on the property. We're not out to look for those types of things. And so far, we've been successful in running a very clean event for the past 5 years, even though there's a lot of mud.
And what's the cost?
It's $70 for the entire weekend. That's not per person. That's for everybody that's safely seatbelted in the Jeep. And then if you want to camp on site, it's $20 a night.
So camping tents, this is where I get a little funky. Tents or RVs.
Oh, yeah, tents or RVs.
Bag, whatever you want.
Some people sleep in their Jeep. Some people have overlander Jeeps. There's outdoor showers.
Yeah.
We have food trucks
And
that
it's
come.
primitive camping. They don't have dump stations for
Right.
RVs for emptying the
Right, so you have to
gray
make sure you have your generator with you for your RV and everything like that.
It's
and
roughing it. You're gonna
It's
be
roughing
Yeah,
it. Yes.
Oh,
But it's
She's
fun.
looking at me. They're all looking at me.
but you're gonna go there and you're gonna get dirty. I mean, that's what it's about.
You do. You get a little dirty.
You're not a little dirty. You're gonna get muddy.
Listen,
Don't be dirty.
I mean, I'm a little, on
And a little cow poop on you because there's cows walking
there
around
are,
everywhere.
it's a live cattle farm.
Oh God,
So you
this is
will.
like
That cattle out
flashbacks to
there.
my high school days.
Really? Lived on a live cattle farm?
Yeah, like they'll come into your tent and be like, "Hey, can I have a cheeseburger?" And they were
Eat
like,
more
Hilarious.
chicken. They
yeah,
come in and
well,
say, "Eat more
they
chicken."
liked the
Yeah.
lemonade guy last year, so they kept asking for lemonade.
So you bring food and you have food trucks, vendors?
Yeah.
Yep,
Food
with
trucks,
food
vendors.
trucks, vendors. We have Jeep vendors, off-road vendors. We have ice cream vendors. We have pretty much everything out there. You name it, we've got it out there.
And
We
they
have-
just stay there for the 3 days and,
Yeah.
and they do their thing.
And then we ask too, if anybody's interested, we don't just have Jeep vendors at the event. We do support our local businesses. So if there's anybody that has any type of arts or crafts or anything cool of that nature that wants to come out and be a vendor at our event, just reach out to our website. My phone number is on there, our email address is on there, and they're more than welcome to come out and be a vendor of the event.
All right, so this is what I wanted to ask, because I used to go camping
Mm-hmm.
every year, but they didn't have Jeeps. It was just camping.
Uh-huh.
So you do your thing, you do the activity. Okay, so the activity is over. So then what do? Do we have like campfires? Do we
Yes.
hang out in circles? Or they have like people
Yes.
all over the place and everybody talks to everybody?
Yes.
So it's like camping.
It is.
But then you have the Jeep segment to this
Yeah, 'cause
instead of
Yes.
instead of canoes or raft when you
Yeah.
want to
Correct.
whitewater raft.
Well,
And there's we have a big stage. So at night, Friday and Saturday night, it's very much like a Nashville style bonfire party. Everybody can pull their Jeeps up from the different campsites and they just, hang out. We have the food vendors serving. It's like a cowboy dinner. We have 2 of our barbecue food truck vendors that'll be there, and everybody's just hanging out and having a great time. The bonfire's going. We have games. Some of them are adult games like
we have the
beer
live
pong
music at night.
Yeah, and the live music is at night.
We have a DJ during the day because most of the people out on the trails during the day.
Right.
So we have the live music at night so everybody can come over and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And
We have our own radio station so that we can do announcements throughout the day so people can hear things that are going on. So, yeah.
You ever gone camping or canoeing? We used to go canoeing in New York.
Yeah.
In Delaware. You ever done that?
Done it.
Well,
But I don't.
it's just
I've
it's
never,
the
I
same
haven't
thing.
camped out there. I
But
go.
just remove the canoes and have jeeps.
Okay.
And it's the same thing afterwards, and everybody's hanging out. Oh, it's a blast. We used to do it for 3 days.
It's
Yeah, well, I
kind of
used to go to
nice
Delaware River, too,
because
when I
it's
was
like
younger.
3 days where everybody looks the same.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to worry about like
No makeup, no hair.
no makeup, no hair.
nothing.
Like everybody looks the same. You're a hot mess. It doesn't matter. There's nobody to impress because you all look the same. It's actually very nice. I mean, you take a shower in the morning, but you don't. There's no worries about like putting makeup on. You throw a ball cap on and you just go out and you have fun for the 3 days, and it's just and everybody's in the same exact situation as you, so there's nothing to worry
No
about.
pretense.
You
We're
let
all
your
the
hair
same.
down or up or whatever.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. And you know what? People change. So people that were all like,
They
everybody
do.
slows down.
They really
because you're
do.
really dependent upon one another to have a good time. So everybody
Yes.
becomes themselves.
They
I'm going
do.
to tell you, when I first used to go camping, I was not cool at all. I didn't like the dirt, the mosquitoes, and all this.
Yeah.
By the 4th or 5th time that I did it, it was like second nature. You're going to have a ball.
You will not. I mean, let me just tell you, I've laughed so hard at my event. Like there were times like, well, one of our sponsors, he's gonna kill me. I'm sorry, Wes, but I'm gonna put him on the spot now. So he is one of the big wigs for a company called Rhino USA. Rhino USA sells recovery gear. So when you get stuck, they sell the ropes and the shackles and all of that stuff, basically, to tow out Jeeps and everything. And I call him, he's the king of recovery, okay, with his Jeep. And last year when we were at the event, I'm in a side-by-side. That's the easiest way for me to get around with my bodyguard. And we all have radios to hear each other. That's how we communicate. And somebody said, Rachel, I need you to get over to Mud Pit 6. Wes is stuck. Now, mind you, I'm on social media 12 to 14 hours a day. I'm affiliated with over 531 Jeep communities in the world. And I hear Wes is stuck. And I'm like, could you repeat that for me? And they're like, Wes is stuck. And I said, king of all recovery himself is stuck. So I'm like, get me over there right now. And of course he said some choice words because I'm like, this is going on social media for the entire world to see. But I was also laughing so hard because he was literally covered from head to toe in mud because when he jumped out, he sunk into the mud himself.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But he was trying to rescue somebody else, which got
that
him
what
into
happened?
that, and he got himself into that predicament. But other people, like we have something called, there's a swimming hole out there. This is one of the fun things you'll laugh about too. We have a huge swimming hole with a dock out there with a swinging rope for the kids. And I have, John hates me for this, but it's okay. I have about 30 inflatables that I bought. They're gators, they're otters, they're flamingos, you name it, whatever I found on Amazon. And I have my guys blow them up and I throw them in the swimming hole. So all you see are these just random animals, massive, huge things floating out in the swimming hole. One of my staff members, Jerry, she went out there to try to retrieve some of these at the end of the event and she sunk into and
all
she's like
sinking,
screaming
and she's
for
laughing,
and she's
and everyone's
screaming
sinking.
at her husband to come get her, and he's like across the lake, and he's like, "Is that my wife?" So we had to actually get her out with like recovery rope. It was quite amusing.
Okay, so
But it's so much fun.
How
That's
do
the
people
thing.
go if they want to join up to register? How do they get? All
All they have to do is go to our website. It's islandoffroadfl.com. Use the drop-down menu to register, and we suggest that they register online because the cutoff for the tickets is Thursday night at 9 p.m. If they purchase their ticket at the gate, it goes up to $100.
And the and how do you put people out? Like when we used to go camping, at the beginning, the guy, the ranger, whatever he was, Smokey the Bear, used to say, Okay, you're going to be at this light, and he used to give you a map and circle it.
Yeah, we also have a map.
Same
and
thing?
there's-
Same thing.
There's several different camp areas, so they can
Okay.
pick wherever they want in those certain camp areas.
Right.
Okay.
Plus, we have a lot of Jeep communities that come together, and they want to all camp together. So we have designated sections where they're allowed to camp. We try to keep everybody, because it is 600 acres. One of the nice parts about our event is we try to keep everybody close in, because we want it to feel have that community
Right.
feeling. So we tell them where they're allowed to camp, then they all camp together in their group sections, and we just guide them in. That's why we have we're almost up to 70 volunteers and
And
staff
it's all about
members.
giving back, and you are
Yes.
not making profit on this. And at the end of
Nope.
the event, I know we've got like 2 minutes. You give what's ever left back
We
to
gotta
charity.
do
Yes.
this.
Well, we have 2 minutes to talk about this pink princess duck.
Yes, so that's just one of our many trophies. We do a show and shine at the event. It doesn't matter what your Jeep looks like, what condition it is. We have several different categories for the show and shine. Earlier in the week, I brought them one which was the best theme, which was a shark duck. This one I brought in tonight is for the prettiest pavement princess. We have one for cleanest Jeep, best classic Jeep, dirtiest Jeep, and we do this show and shine every single year. I actually hand make these trophies myself, and this just happens to be the one that all the ladies want.
It is so cool. All right, so before we wrap up, give us the website, contact information,
Yes.
socials.
So it's islandoffroadfl.com is where you can purchase your tickets. You can find us on Facebook at Island Off-Road Jeep Music Festival. You can find us on Instagram at Island Off-Road FL. And all of the information is posted daily up until we get to the event. You'll see sponsors, vendors, our music lineup, the schedule of activities, a map of the entire site, and everything.
Food
March
truck.
21st.
Food trucks, everything.
March
March
21st through 23rd.
Yes.
That's
We're
it.
going to be celebrating your birthday out there,
Yeah.
Oh, we'll
Yeah.
get you on stage.
Yours too.
and mine too.
Oh, great. We'll get you guys on stage.
It's going to happen that time.
Go
I love
figure.
it. It's fun. Fun is fun.
So thank you both so much for joining us,
Thank
Rachael
you.
Morgan,
Thank you for having
Jon
us.
Poole. This is, I would never think we'd be promoting such a cool event, but we are. Plant
I can't
Bamboo,
believe you're gonna go.
Family-friendly event, Island Off-Road Jeep Music Festival. For more information, you can contact us here at the studio or follow them on all their socials.
That's right.
Ready to
Good
wrap
stuff.
this up?
Absolutely.
Have a great evening,
Thank you
everyone.
so much.
Stay safe, be kind to each other, and we will see you soon.
See you tomorrow. Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show After Hours. If you want to be a part of the show or simply call in, that's 866-224-5422. We'll see you next time.
The opinions expressed on the preceding